Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My dear students, today inshallah we'll study unit 9 lesson 1. Unit 9 Sport for all. First, my dear students, you should answer these three questions. What sports do you like or dislike and why? What sports are popular in your country? Which sport people do you admire and why? For example, number 1, what sports do you like? I like football. And why? Because I like a team sport. Number 2, what sports are popular in your country? Like football, tennis, any sport. You answer these questions according to your opinion. And now, women in motor racing. Number 1, read the interview on page 83 and match Karen Low's answers 1 to 7 with the questions A to G below, then listen and check. And now listen to the interview.
Track 26, Unit 9, Reading, page 82, Exercise 1. Driving Ambition. Karen Lowe isn't your average female motorist. She is one of a small percentage of women that aim to be a top racing driver. In fact, Karen Lowe would like to be the first woman to win a Formula One Grand Prix. Our reporter, Philippa Thomas, had a chat with her.
How did you become interested in racing?
My dad raced cars, and I watched him when I was younger. I loved the crowds and the atmosphere at the track. I competed in karts when I was 9. Then I drove rally cars. Next year, I'm going to have a go at Formula 3.
How big is motor racing in the UK?
It's massive. The UK is a world centre for motor racing. There are hundreds of clubs and thousands of competitors. There are events and championships every year.
Are most of the competitors men?
Well, obviously a lot of the drivers are men, but there are more female competitors than you think. You don't see them very often because there aren't any women in Formula One, and that's the best known motorsport. But I think there'll be a female F1 driver in the next decade. Maybe it'll be me.
Why aren't there any women in Formula One?
Because in the past, not many women were interested in the sport. I also think that journalists, sponsors and some racing drivers didn't support us. Now they say it's good to have more women in the sport. I think the situation will change.
Will a woman win Formula One one day?
Yes, I'm sure there'll be a female champion one day. Definitely.
Is it easy to become a racing champion?
No way. Motor racing is really hard. Obviously, you have to be a skillful driver, but you need a lot of money too. Even drivers like me need sponsors. Last year, I was okay, but this year, my sponsors aren't going to give me much money. I think I'll be okay, but I can never be certain.
What are your plans for the future?
I'm not going to stop racing because I always have fun. My dad is my manager now, and he's going to contact more sponsors. I know my family and friends will always support me. They're my biggest fans.
And now, my dear students, again read the interview, then answer the word check. Number 1, the things that are happening in a particular place. What is this word? So it's a situation. Number 2, the feeling of a place. What is the word that means the feeling of the place? It's an atmosphere. Number 3, try to be better than other people. Try to be better than other people. Yes, it's compete. Number 4, help someone by giving them encouragement or things they need. Yes, it's support. Number 5, competition to find the best person or team in particular sport. Yes, it's a championship. Number 6, someone who is competing against someone else. So this is a competitor. Number 7, someone who admires a sport person or team. Yes, it's fan. Number 8, very big and a very popular. It's a massive. And now read the interview again and match the answers to the questions. Number 1, how big is motor racing in the UK? It's in paragraph 2. The next question, is it easy to become a racing champion? Yes, the answer is in paragraph 6. The letter C, how did you become interested in racing? The answer is number 1. Letter D, what are your plans for the future? We find the answer in number 7. Why aren't there any women in Formula 1? The answer is in number 4. Letter F, are most of the competitors men? It's in paragraph 3. The letter G, will a woman win Formula 1 one day? It will be in paragraph 5. And now let's move to exercise number 2. Read the interview again and complete the sentences with 1, 2, or 3 words. Number 1, Karen watched her dad when she was a girl. Number 2, after cars, Karen raced. The answer is rally cars. Number 3, motor racing is dash in the UK. The answer is massive. Motor racing is massive in the UK. Number 4, Karen thinks that a woman will become champion in the next 10 years. Number 5, journalists, sponsors and racing drivers dash female racing drivers more these days. So the answer is support. Number 6, Karen hasn't got a lot of dash this year. The answer is sponsor money. Now let's move to exercise number 3. Match the highlighted words in the interview with the correct definition in the word check. Then complete the sentences with 6 of the words. Number 1, football is massive in the UK. Millions of fans watch it every week. Number 2, I don't dash a football team. I can't stand football. I don't support a football team. I can't stand football. Number 3, the dash at the ice hockey matches is always really exciting. The atmosphere. Number 4, a lot of top players compete in the annual golf dash in Abu Dhabi. The answer is championship. Number 5, my father dash in the marathon last year. He came to 120th. So the answer is my father competed. There are 24 dash in a Grand Prix. 24 competitor. And now let's move to study focus. When you read a text, underline any words you don't know. Decide what part of speech they are, for example, noun, adjective, or verb, and try to guess their meaning from the context. Write the most useful ones in your vocabulary notebook with an example sentence. Exercise number 4. Read the study focus, then underline these words in the text. Write noun, adjective, or verb and try to guess the meaning, and write your own sentences with your words. Number 1, the word aim in line 2. The word aim in line 2. This word, and this is a verb. This is a verb. Number 2, the word crowds in line 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This word crowds. I loved the crowds and the atmosphere. So the word is noun. Number 3, journalist in line 21. The word journalist here in a sentence. I also think that a journalists sponsors and some racing drivers. So the word journalists here also a noun. The word skillful in line 28. The word skillful here. You have to be a skillful driver. So skillful here is adjective. Number 5, the word certain in line 32. Here the word certain, but I can never be a certain. So certain also adjective. Thank you, my dear students, with my best wishes. See you inshallah in the next lesson.